Hi guys, welcome to Connectra, a platform where we're uniting and uplifting all the businesses of the Gen community. In a world filled with negativity and doubts, it is easy to lose our sight of true potential. But today we have someone who is here to help us shift that perspective. Joining us today is Nimisha, a manifestation coach, the owner of Think and Thrive, helping us through practical techniques and powerful mindset shifts. So let us unlock the power of positivity and learn how to think before we thrive. Sorry, I noticed you doing something when I was saying the introduction. What was it?
Yeah, so it's something that I generally tend to do. It's just to like calm my nervous system down and to tell myself that it's going to be fine, it's going to go very well, and it usually does work out that way. So yeah.
I'm also going to do my little thing now. Okay, so you always do this before anything?
Yeah, I try to.
Great. And how impactful is it?
Very, like I used to be a very underconfident person. If you met me like maybe 6 years back, you would be like, impossible, she's the same person. So I think these little tips and tricks that I use on an everyday basis have really shifted my reality.
So, what does manifestation really mean? Explain as if I'm a complete, nobody to this world. I want to know everything about manifestation.
Okay, so manifestation is actually very simple. Okay, a lot of us tend to overcomplicate it, but it's simply put getting your desires into your reality. So, whatever you've thought of at a mental level, when you have it in a physical reality, that is when you can say that you've manifested that thing. Okay, so like for example, if there is a person who's making a movie, first they have an idea, they want to make a movie for this topic, then they make an outline sort of thing, and then they start taking actions, like the smaller things, right? And when the movie is actually made, then you can say that he's manifested his desire because he thought of something and then he has it in his 3D reality. So yeah, it's just that.
But when did you realize the need to become a manifestation coach? Did that thought come from within?
So I actually had no path as such. Like I never decided or intended to be a manifestation coach. But while I was doing my CA, I realized, like after becoming one, I realized that this is not something that I want to do for the rest of my life. And at that time, I was doing a very small project with RRC where I was teaching kids, and that feeling of fulfillment was something that I was looking for. Like whatever I did as a CA didn't fulfill me as much. Like I was good at it, but I didn't really enjoy it. And then I just decided to leave it. I had no path at all. I just stumbled upon a book. I read it. I followed the things in that. Then I started giving advice to a couple of friends here and there, and then I saw it work. And then I decided that it's actually very simple and more people should be aware about it. So even when I started the page, it was literally just about positive quotes. There was no intention of ever coaching or becoming like this coach or anything of the sort. It just happened.
So are you self-taught?
Yes. Then I did do a couple of certifications. I did do courses with like life coaches and all. But yeah, mostly self-taught because no matter how much you learn, to be very honest, till you don't apply it and you don't see the results, it's of no use.
Who's your inspiration?
I don't know, not really an inspiration, but I really love Tony Robbins. He is an amazing life coach. In fact, one of the biggest ones. And his energy, the way he shows up for people. I've done an online workshop with him, like a live thing, and it felt like he's in the room with me. His energy is so massive, and there are like, I don't know how many people were on Zoom with him. He couldn't even see me. Still, it felt like he's in the room with me, and I was attending sessions like afternoon 4 say, morning 4 tak, and full alive. Like my parents and all were like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you paying so much for an online thing, But I think I want to create that kind of impact for anybody. Even if it's just 5 people in my whole lifetime, I'm okay.
So coming to parents, our parents will think, I don't know what, if I tell them that I'm going to a manifestation coach and doing whatever I'm supposed to do. How did your parents react when they thought that you're actually learning all of this and implementing it and you're actually making money out of it? How did they react?
So I've been very lucky in the parents department. Otherwise, also like my parents have always been very supportive, even when I was doing CA. So initially, it was very difficult to explain to them what I'm doing.
Yes.
Like I used to just say I'm teaching positivity because I didn't know how else to explain. Even today, a lot of people don't understand, you know. But what started happening was that people started talking to my parents about something that I was doing, you know, like किसी ने video देखा, somebody, you know, saw the video and they really liked it. So a lot of people came to know about me, especially during the lockdown. And when they kind of started talking to my parents, or like during lockdown, there was a mama of mine, you know, who was really scared of getting COVID. He was like, he had no symptoms whatsoever, but he was like, I will not get out of the room. And then one fine day, my nani told me, you know, that you come and meet him. He's not willing to meet anybody. Something is wrong with him. Please come and, you know, talk to him. And then when I went there, he spoke to me for 2 hours. Like I could really get into the details. Okay, you are not actually scared of COVID. It is something else. There is something else that has happened which is going on in your mind. And because of that, and when they kind of started trusting me, you know, like people from the family started calling me, and I was able to help them. So it was kind of automatic. I'm very sure that okay, if I keep doing the work and I keep getting the results, they are going to be proud sooner or later. So I don't think I struggled there at all.
The understanding is the difficult part.
Yeah, like because even today, like if people who don't understand English so well, and Hindi is not my very strong suit in terms of, because whatever I've learned in English. तो मुझे वो हिंदी में explain करना नहीं आता है that, you know, fluently. So I've learned this word from my dad कि सकारात्मक thoughts, like positive words are सकारात्मक words. So that's the thing that I can explain as much as possible, but otherwise that's what I say कि positive सोचना कैसे है वो सिखाती हूँ मैं. So yeah.
So how do you help your clients shift their mindset? How did you make your mama shift his mindset from scaring about COVID to, you know, like being a little relaxed?
The number one thing is firstly being aware what is it that you're actually scared of, because what happens is when something has happened right now, you tend to think I'm scared of this thing, the most recent thing, right? We are unaware of the things that we've suppressed for all these years. We are not taught how to be very vocal about our emotions. For example, if you know a friend lets you down, you would most likely tell other people that, you know, I'm really angry with this person. But the thing is, you're not really angry, you're actually hurt, and the anger is what you're expressing because you don't know how to express your hurt, or you don't know how to be vulnerable, right? So there was something which I was aware of that had happened in his life. So I brought his attention to that thing, okay? Because these two things have happened in the past and you were really scared because you were close to this person and whatever. And now that COVID is coming, you are again scared कि सब कुछ join हो रहा है, kind of a thing, you know. So he realized that his DAR was not actually COVID. It was already there and COVID just worsened it. So like we go to the depth of it, it's not surface level, and that's the reason that it takes time, you know. So yeah, I think that's that.
How do you make that person positive, believe in positivity?
Okay, so you don't always have to be positive. That's again another myth about, you know, when you're trying to manifest that you always have to be in a positive zone, you have to be happy. No. It is about processing your emotions properly. Okay. So even today, like I get angry, I get pissed at people, I get irritated, I'm not bored, I'm not evolved, okay. But it's just that I know how to jump back quicker. So suppose if you would take like 10 days to recover from something, I would probably do it by the end of today. Because I've been practicing these things. So it's not about positivity at all. And when you give a perspective shift to anybody, okay, so it does take a little bit of time, but if the person is willing enough, it happens. It might take some time, and there are tools. Like we ask them to practice gratitude, we ask them to practice affirmations. One thing might not work for everybody, but if you try 6 different tools, one of them might click for you. And that's all that we need, you know. So एक चीज में आपको definitely दिखेगा result, for sure. And then it's just a game of belief then.
So what are these techniques that you're talking about? How to practice manifestation?
So there are number of tools like which help you manage your emotions. So basically, manifestation, put simply, is that your desire is at a specific frequency, like how you tune into a radio station. 93.5 पे आपको उसका ही song सुनाई देगा. No matter how hard you try, you're not going to listen to another song on that frequency, right? So every goal that you have is on a specific frequency of its own. Okay. And if you're not aligned with that frequency, मतलब आप अगर इधर हो और आपका गोल इधर है, तो no matter how much hard work you put in, you're not going to get it, right? So what you have to do is you have to align your energy, and energy is all about your emotions. So once you know how to get your emotions in place, सब कुछ अपने आप हो जाएगा. Okay, so the tools like gratitude or affirmations are basically there to help you align your emotions. Okay. Gratitude makes you feel very nice even in a very horrible situation. So, for example, if you don't mind, like, can you think about a very negative thing that happened to you maybe in the last week? Something that you're like, I just can't stand this person.
It happens every day.
So yeah, just think of one such thing and really go into the emotion. Okay, do you feel a little heavy, little like irritation kind of?
I don't want to think about it like it's.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling, right? Now, think about something that made you really happy, something that you were grateful for. It could have happened any time, it's fine. But now really go into that emotion and feel happy and just express your thanks for that thing. How does that feel?
I feel lighter, definitely. That feeling I've forgotten, which I just
Yes.
remembered a second back.
So that's the trick, you know, like when you are expressing gratitude, no matter what has happened before that, you have raised your vibe. You are feeling lighter, you are feeling happier, and when you are feeling grateful, you cannot have any of these disempowering emotions. Right? So आप जैसे जैसे you are going up towards your goal. Right? Similarly, affirmations है, visualizations, there are lots of things. So we introduce you to everything so that you can pick and choose what you like best.
But what about this? Do you feel that what we write and believe always works in our favor?
So I believe that it works in your favor if it's meant for you. Okay, because some things, a lot of times what happens is, you know, our self-concept is so low. We don't have enough confidence in ourselves that our goals are really low. Okay, and that's not the right thing for you. Like when I was in school, I decided I want to be a CA. I became a CA, and then I realized, okay, I'm not happy here. Right, so the goals that I set for myself were maybe really low. This I had never set a goal for. Right, but I'm so much more respected here. I'm making so much more money. I have so much more flexibility, and like everything is better here. But I never set this goal, you know. So if you set a goal which is really meant for you, it will happen. Like I'll give you a this is very random, okay? So when I met my husband, so it was my first birthday in my courtship, and I have this weird habit of making him write his goals every now and then without anything.
before
Okay?
you were,
Just after I got engaged.
No, but even before
I was a
you
coach.
practiced.
No, I was a coach then. So I made him write his goals, and I never looked at those goals. I never even saw them, and I think last year, just before New Year's, I made him like, you know, just go through your goals and tell me if anything has come true. And he looked at me as if something was really off. I was like, what happened, you know? Then he showed me the page, and on the page he had written that I want an office which is 600 square feet and with 2 parking spaces, and he was very specific about it. And just 6 months prior, we had bought an office space which is 600 square feet. It was 2 offices of 300, and that's the reason we had 2 parking spaces. And imagine the coincidence that I found a diary which I had written much before I was even engaged. Okay, where I had written that I wanted working space where there are 3 cabins and a reception table, and that also matches the exact same description. I have never visualized this goal. I had written this on a whim. Literally nothing that it will come true. And when we were looking for office, we were putting in an auction for another office, but it didn't work out. And eventually I was like, "Okay, chalo 600 le lete hai," so that the next goal is something else, kind of a thing. And it somehow worked out, and a year, almost 6 months later, we came to know about his list, and mine though I came to know much later. So it happens because your subconscious is absorbing everything. Okay. So even if you are not very aware, it's for you, it will happen. For sure.
But what about those unrealistic goals that people have? How do you explain to them? It's not gonna happen.
So again, like unrealistic goals can also happen if you have the mindset for it. If you have a strong belief that even if my goal is unrealistic but I can make it happen, then it will happen for you. Okay. But if your brain is not agreeing with you, like for example, if today I'm earning say a lakh a month, for example, okay, and if tomorrow I want to make 1 CR a month, and if my brain is going like, are you insane? It's not going to happen. It's not your cup of tea. If that is my self-talk, then it will not happen. But if I am somebody who comes with a very strong mindset and who feels that no, it's very much possible, then it can happen.
But how long is the wait? For how long can you wait?
So again, the wait also depends on how strong you are with your emotions, like how intense are you with your emotions. So the waiting period depends on that. I've had days where I'm really feeling bad about something right now in the moment. I'm crying my eyes out, and then 2 minutes later I realize that Nimisha, this is not what you do. You have to pull yourself back up. And then I don't even have an intention, to be very honest. But I just keep telling myself, what's the best that can happen? What's the best that can happen? What's the best that can happen? And sometimes in a matter of couple of hours, things change.
It's hard for me to believe this. Honestly, I'm not able to digest it. It sounds very magical and very fancy. But if you're saying it, I'm sure there must be something
So,
to it.
of course, the results sound very magical, but it has to do a lot of inner work, which is very difficult. Like very recently, I realized that I have a problem setting boundaries. Like I was giving away way too much of myself to friends, family, to even clients for that matter. And then I realized, that I have to set a boundary. And when you start setting a boundary or you change a part of your identity, people do not accept it that easily. They'll be like, what the hell has happened to her all of a sudden? Isko kya ho gaya hai, So people start rejecting your behavior and it makes you question yourself, So there's a lot of inner work involved where firstly you have to be open to learning the lesson and accept that okay, this is something that I'm doing wrong and I need to change this. Because that's what most of us are not able to do, Because if you go to a doctor and you tell the doctor that mujhe bukhar hai, but you actually have something else, no matter what the doctor does, it's not going to heal. You have to accept that okay, this is a part where I need to take responsibility and I need to change this. And that work is difficult. For some people it comes easier if it's not very deep. But generally most of us have, a lot of unlearning to do. But if I have a belief about anything, I have it since 30 years. It's not going to change in 30 days or maybe even it might take even 2 years depending on the intensity of the belief. So it's not as easy as it sounds, but it's simple. Like it's a simple process. If you can follow it, then yeah, you do get magical results.
So what is the right age to start manifestation? I've seen a lot of your work on kids also. How do they understand manifestation?
So they don't understand manifestation. But what happens is, like for example, if I'm coaching somebody who's 30, 32 or maybe 25, they come with their set of beliefs क्योंकि उन्होंने बचपन से वो absorb किया है. But now kids को अपन beliefs ही सही अगर पहले से डालेंगे, so they will have less struggle because they've grown up believing in the right things where they are not put in a box or where they're not told कि you can't be this or you can't do that. So they don't have that much struggle because their belief system is strong to begin with. And to be very honest, I don't recommend an age group, but I give affirmations to even pregnant women to start for their kids, and it works. It works like crazy. There are people who buy affirmation cards for their like 3-month-old, 4-month-old, and they've messaged me in 15 days saying, that's really changed things for my kids. Because even though they can't understand words as such, but their subconscious is picking up on everything.
So what has been your biggest milestone, something unbelievable that you manifested and it's happened?
What I have manifested? So, there's nothing like, to be very honest, I've been very realistic about setting goals also. I think the office would be something which, because I had no Like, I didn't remember that I've written this anywhere. And obviously, when I had written it, I had no clue that I would ever have the money to put even a little bit of my money into something like this. And I will, because when you get married and you're in a society where, everybody's told you that it's very difficult to work after you get married, no matter what you do. There are certain boundaries which are put on you, and you are put into this box. And in spite of that, I had my belief system very straight that, I will work, I will go to office. And then, I was fortunate enough that my husband or my in-laws, everybody was on board कि अच्छा office है तो इसमें 3 cables बन सकते थे. There was no kind of struggle or anything there. It just kind of happened very organically for me. So yeah, but this is still something which because
It just happened.
yeah, it just happened and I read it like much later that I'd written something like this.
So are you always so calm and composed and always positive? How do you react when things don't go well?
So, like I said, I do get angry. I have a bit of a temper, but not always. And I do get irritated also. But it's generally very short lived now. Earlier, it used to be very difficult for me to let go or, forgive people or just move on. But now it's become much easier because I understand the repercussions of my own focus and thoughts. If I today decide to hold on to anger or grudge, I know more of that is going to show up in my life and I don't want that for sure. So it's easier for me to break that chain now.
So manifestation is it only for the mental brain? Or like supposing if I have a migraine and if I manifest it, that I want it to go away, will it happen?
Yes, for sure. So almost everything that happens in your physical body starts with something at a psychological level. Okay, these are called psychosomatic ailments. Okay, so if you are somebody who's constantly like chronically having some situation, it could be because of some thoughts that you're thinking time and again. Okay, so if you're having like constant migraines, like you said, so it could be that you have this feeling that nothing in your life is in your hands, that your life is slipping away, everybody else is making decisions for you, and you're just feeling kind of helpless. And when you're not able to speak up for yourself and make things go your way, you get frustrated. And that's when you have these things again and again. So obviously, I wouldn't say that stop taking medication altogether, but try to go to the root of the thought, that why are you feeling like this? And if you're feeling like this, accept that thought and then do something about it, because by the time this pattern continues, the migraine is going to continue.
So if I want my skin to glow, I can manifest it.
For sure. Definitely.
I will try that. So you also provide kits and hampers for somebody who needs motivation and who is in a particular phase that
Yes.
that person needs to lift up. How do these things work?
So again, these are the manifestation hampers or the gratitude hampers. These are all products again based on the tools. Okay. So for somebody who is not sure if they'll be able to write down the affirmations every day or they'll be able to repeat the affirmations every day, it's better to have a visual reminder which is there in front of you. So subconsciously आपको absorb कर रहे हो, right? So affirmation cards help with that. And there's a gratitude journal. So again, at least even a full day you're not able to express gratitude or consciously you're not able to give that time. If you have a journal which is kept on your bedside table, maybe even if you do it like half the year, at least you're better off compared to when you started. You write in the journal, and then there are many more products which basically remind you that you have these goals, you have to focus your energy on these goals. Because again, manifestation is not only thinking, it is also about taking actions, and only when you're focused on your goals will you be able to take actions, right? So the tools are basically just a visual reminder.
So for a person who is not doing the course but wants to do
Yeah, like for somebody who just wants to get started, like for example, you probably don't believe in the concept as much because you've not seen it work in your life, right? So you may not feel like investing a high amount of time for that matter in a course. But like buying a gratitude journal, it's very easy. You can carry it anywhere. You can practice it from your house, And when you start doing that, you might start seeing some shifts. And then you might feel that I can do better or, I can do many more things.
But what do you write in a gratitude journal on a daily basis?
Oh my god, there are tons of things to be grateful for. Like right now, if you look at this room itself, okay, we're recording like a podcast, okay. So I can be grateful for you. That I have somebody who has created this platform. Right? I can be grateful for electricity, that this AC is working, otherwise I would sweat like crazy. Right? There are so many small things that there are 4 people sitting in the room, who are going to be editing or whatever. So there are n number of things, and when you start looking at the things that you're grateful for, you will realize that you start noticing the things on an everyday basis now.
Yeah, like I would never thank an AC, honestly. But yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so because of course, no, अगर AC नहीं होता तो in this heat we would die. I would literally say die. So yeah, like those are the kind of things. I'm not even kidding you. I like express gratitude for my toothpaste, toothbrush, simple things like that. And when you go to that depth, you actually start appreciating the things more, and you start enjoying life also more. Forget if you manifest other goals or not, but you truly start living in the moment and enjoy everything that you have.
That's so cool. So tell me a client story that has really stuck by you.
Okay. So there's this one client. So she didn't even do like a long-term course kind of a thing. She came for like one session, and then again after a couple of I think months she came back for another. So the first time around when she came, she wanted us to help her accept the fact that her boyfriend never wants to have kids. Okay. So my first question to her was like, why are you willing to get married to a person who wants you to give up something which is so major and so important for you clearly? So she's like, but I don't look that good. Maybe this is my last chance at marriage. What if I don't find anybody? And so obviously her self-concept was really low. So I was like, that is not cool. Like you will regret the rest of your life. This is not something, it's not a joke. So on the call, obviously she was a little shocked, and she's like, because we almost asked her that we up with this guy because this is stupid. And like on the call, she was like, "Arey yaar, how can I just break up? I called you for this, and it's not working or whatever." So then we were like, "No, you need to respect yourself enough that you don't give up your life just to fit into somebody else's, this thing." And then after the call, we didn't know what she's going to do, everything, but we gave her like affirmations for self-love, for her own confidence and everything. We gave her certain things, like express gratitude for yourself, your body, things you like about yourself and everything. And then we had no idea what she's going to do eventually, because she never came on a second call. And then a couple of months later, she messaged us, that I'm engaged to a different guy, and he really likes me for who I am. He treats me really well. And I'm so glad that I listened to you, even though it sounded very difficult at the time. But it kind of worked out for me. And so basically the reason that she felt ugly was she had this compulsive habit of plucking her eyelashes every time she was stressed, or even she was idle. Okay, so if she's at home just sitting watching a movie or something, she'd pluck her eyelashes. So this was not there. Okay. So she's like, Nimisha, I've been to many therapists, psychologists, everybody is just not happening. I've taken medication, nothing is able to stop it. I don't know what to do. And I give her a very basic visualization exercise, a few affirmations, and we really told her that it's possible. Just have faith that it's going to work. And the visualization was very simple. We told her that imagine that on your wedding day, your makeup artist is coming and telling you that wow, you have such beautiful lashes and we don't need to put extensions. So that is like the highest level of compliment that a girl can get for her lashes. So she's like, okay, let me start and this and that. And then a couple of months later, she messaged me saying that, I have big, beautiful eyelashes. And we were so happy because she'd already been through a lot. She had tried everything and nothing worked out for her. And just because she put faith in this, it worked out. And so even with one session, it did wonders for her. So yeah, that is something that kind of stuck.
But with so much negativity around, I'm sure clients would come to you with a lot of negative things. Are you able to sleep at night?
Initially, it was a little bit difficult because I did not know how to manage my energy then. Obviously, you're taking in so much. But then I think gradually what happened is, initially we had very few clients. तो सबका सब कुछ याद भी रहता था. But as in how you have more clients, once the old clients are done, you kind of tend to forget about them. ठीक है, मतलब आपको एक basic level पे याद रहता है, but you don't remember all the details. And also I started creating energetic boundaries, and I've also learned like pranic healing. So that is like a method of energy cleansing. So if I feel very drained by some client or something, then I would just, practice that for myself, or I would do some kind of meditations, or, even exercise really helps to release all of that excess energies. So if you're active enough, then it won't affect you, like it doesn't affect me as much now. It used to, a lot.
I'm sure. I got affected by this little story of yours, and you get to hear this every day.
So it used to affect, but not anymore.
So tell me, how important is it to have a vision board?
So again, like I said, vision board is also a tool. Okay? So to get clarity, it's an absolutely amazing thing, because a lot of people don't know what they truly want. Most of us, what we think, what we want, is completely different than what we actually want. Okay? So what we think we want is based on what will make my parents happy, what will make my husband happy, my kids happy, friends happy, what will make me fit in, where will I feel, safe, secure. Everything will look rosy, nice, stuff like that. But when you really go deep, and that's like when I help people create a vision board, I tell them to go deep. So I'll ask them to write like 5 goals in each category. And then I'll tell them to pick only 2 from each category to put on the vision board. Because 3 are generally very surface levels. कि आज मुझे यहाँ vacation जाना है, मुझे ये जाना है. This is all ठीक है, at a surface level it is all nice, but if you don't have like say peace or that feeling of freedom, then all of that is not worth anything, right? And most of us don't have the guts to go deep and really ask for what we want. So yeah, again, like a vision board acts as a very good tool to remind you of your goals, and you can use it along with like gratitude and affirmations and the other things. So for somebody who's a starter, a vision board is an amazing thing कि आपको रोज gratitude नहीं लिखना है. ठीक है, आपने you've made a list of your goals, you put it in front of you, so you feel nice, it acts as a reminder that you have to work on this.
So Nimisha, tell me, this word manifestation has become like a trending word after COVID. Do you think is it related to anxiety, or what's your take on it?
So I think what happened is during COVID, because everybody was home, and for the a good part of COVID, people didn't have much to do. So they were really like maybe going inwards, or a lot of them had too much stress that how will they run the house, how will things work out, and they started really paying attention to mental health, and that's how people started discovering how to work on yourself, how to work on your goals and things like that. And that's when this it's been around for centuries. It's not a new concept at all. Earlier it used to go by The Secret. So basically manifestation is nothing but the law of attraction,
Yes.
and many other laws at work together. But now it's become like the it word.
Yeah.
That everybody is using it left, right and center. But I think the main reason is that, because people started looking inwards, they started realizing that there's so much more to life than just work, and they want to go maybe on a spiritual journey, or a journey of, personal growth, or where they can actually achieve all their goals. So I think, yeah, it's not new at all. It's just that it was hidden for all this while.
Just came out.
Yeah.
So I have a little request for you. Make some, do some of your magic or whatever you're doing, and make this couch like a manifestation couch, and pray the connector again about 100 times in this year.
I think you're going to do that much sooner than I like, because I already see the podcast and I think you're doing really well for yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
You
but
don't-
we need somebody to, give us reminders that it's gonna happen.
No, because I genuinely see the videos and everything, and I really enjoy this. And the fact that somebody is really putting in the efforts to actually, bring people, it's not easy. I'm sure you get like multiple cancellations, are aaj possible nahi hai, given our social life and everything, So I can only imagine the kind of efforts that go into this, and I'm sure like it's going to reach crazy heights. It's going to.
Thank you. Thank you you so much, Nimisha, for being a part of Connect. We had a great time and a lot of learning. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you guys. We hope you enjoyed the podcast. And for more such podcasts, keep like, sharing, and subscribing to our YouTube page. Thank you.